Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Banished Vault and this solar system that frankly doesn't make any kind of sense. We're going to do our best to take advantage here. So we kind of have everything we could ask for in these first couple of nodes here, really. What are we going to do with the time? We got 30 turns to make the best of this. We cannot make a scriptorium, but we could do pretty much anything else we want. So let's take a quick look at the old book here. How hard would it be to produce some elixir out here? It's silica and methane. We have a planet that in theory has silica and methane on it. And it only requires iron and titanium to build the thing. Like, we don't even need alloy to get that rolling. How much alloy did we end up walking out with? It wasn't a ton, but it's some. So we have to produce more elixir to win the game. We also have to produce more alloy to win the game. This planet has the materials for alloy on it. But like, so the number one thing here, I think it's pretty clear, is that we got to scout these like 3 worlds here, maybe even that one, because the resource output is such that even though we're only acting at 2 actions per, we should be able to get some good work done here, right? Now I'm a little worried about this. We have a 12 energy initial branch. Once we get past it, movement's still kind of ugly, like 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, and then another 4 between these 2 worlds. Like, it's going to be a little bit of a fuel heavy trip. I think it definitely behooves us to bring all of the boats, but maybe we leave the Spire in orbit. And we just don't, we'll just ferry fuel up. I don't know. It's probably worth just paying the extra space to use that, to have the heavy engine so that we can hit the planet. The other thing I suppose we could do, because we have the ability to build a caracal already, the other thing we could do is just have somebody go here, get what I'm sure is just the 3 methane that's like sitting on the planet's surface, come back here, build us a caracal, and then yeah, that might be worth doing. It's probably better to just head back with methane at the end in terms of like travel time and the amount of fuel spent. Yeah, let's not even worry about it. We'll do that later. So for right now, do we want to bring the extra engine? Yeah, I guess let's do it. It'll save us a little bit of time. I do think it's worth doing the swap because of the 12 energy initial branch. Like, the smallest trip here is 15. And for this ship, 15 energy is how much fuel? Over a stack? Yeah, we can do better. So 16 to get us to here, and then we can figure things out later. That'd be 6 fuel, then we need to make at least 6 more fuel, or 6 more energy worth of transit. That's 1 stack of fuel should be sufficient, right? I think we're going to go 1 stack of fuel in each of them. Leave a stack of emergency fuel on the boat. And do we want to bring alloy? I would love to make alloy. If we bring an alloy with us, it allows us to produce more stasis without having to. Yeah, it's probably worth it. So let's go. I don't know if it matters how we split people up. It's hard to know, right? Let's 5, 4, 3 on separate ships, and then I don't know who gets the extra person. We're all going to be at the same nodes for a little while anyway, so. All right. Yeah, I think everybody stopping here makes a lot of sense. Although 19 fuel will let you get to here. Or 19 energy. Because if we're going to have to spend one more fuel anyway. But from here, one more fuel actually gets us to the planet. Right? Yeah, no, it's best to just take the 3 fuel trip to here. And then again, like I can decide to make some changes then if I want to. All right, are we good? We're leaving behind the 9 fuel. We're leaving behind... You know what? Maybe this is just going to be me coming back with 1 stack of fuel less, but I'm so nervous. And it's so easy to make mistakes. They kill your whole run. Let's just take the fuel in case of unforeseens, right? We don't know for sure there won't be hazards in atmosphere or whatever. All right, you're up first. Show me this world. Okay, no hazards. The iron's not really accessible, and the planet's not really set up for... We're not allowed to spin the buildings, right? Like, if I decided I wanted to build a stasis producer here, yeah, there's no rotating it. Because it would be really nice if we could to build it right there. But it seems like planets are often set up in such a way that it's a huge pain in the ass to to build the stasis producer on them. Okay, so that's that. Let's have the other small vessel go to here. Would I rather break this up? Yeah, I could make this 2 single fuel moves instead of 1 3 fuel move. It probably is better, right? Because we could go here for 7 and then here for 7. And I'm assuming the atmosphere is just looks like Atmo, yeah. 351. This planet's setup is so small that we can actually only get 1 resource from it no matter how we do it. And that treacherous landscape is irrelevant. Okay, so this planet's just going to be titanium gathering. Here we can do... water. We can get carbon from orbit. We can do the same with the methane on the other world, right? Let me try to lay this out a little bit. Let me see what we can do here, because we're just gonna need another planet, I think, if we want to build stasis, which really sucks. Yeah, I can't even build the water supply here if I want to build this thing. This, oh boy, we get really, really rough layouts for that stuff. Okay, so that being the case, we can get the iron up and running here, but we're gonna need some iron from somewhere else. Yeah, we're gonna need the iron from, well, you know, we can, no, this has to be titanium though. Yeah, we're gonna need the iron to get run back so that we can set up. Am I going to be able to make fuel here if I... The water thing has to go there. If we're also gathering iron, there is no way to make fuel on this world. And certainly no way to make fuel on the other world. There is, in theory, there is the ability to produce fuel in orbit, but it's a design that we don't have. So the question is, do we even set up iron production here, or is this world just a fuel depot? The silica harvester is also a square. Okay. So the only place that a fuel producer can go on this world is right here. I guess that's not true. We can do it right here. So I could do silica. This could be water, silica, and fuel. And then we could set up iron deeper, maybe here. Where do you want to end up? I think what I do with the spire is move it to here. And then we take fuel from this ship, which is about to do some stuff. So I'm going to scoop the iron off the surface of this planet. What does it cost to build a titanium harvester? Is it just one? I'm going to leave one iron on the surface of this planet. Somebody can get that running. But we're gonna come up and do a little bit more scouting. Boy, that star doesn't look so healthy even now. So this is 9. We could set up here. Potentially, we could set up water here. Yeah, all right. I'm going to give the spire most of this fuel. Yeah, well, must you? Okay. We'll keep enough to come back. Let's go see what this is like. Also too small to set up fuel. And too small to set up elixir production. We could do a fuel depot here, but it would be the only thing we did here. This might end up just being Iron World. It's got a shit ton of iron in its supply. Yeah, I think this world is... I think this world is this. So we're looking at a total setup cost of 6 iron and 1 titanium. Then that world's producing fuel. From there, we can do everything, right? You... I might just have land and start pumping titanium. Honestly, what we may end up doing here is just leaving with stacks of raw resources. Which certainly wouldn't be the worst thing. It's looking less and less like building Elixir here is going to be an option. But we can stack up some like titanium and silica and iron and shit. And then leave with that. And I think that's pretty okay. So let's go ahead and set up the iron building on the surface here. Using one of your actions. We're going to need this for sure. And for the moment, you know what? I'm going to leave you behind. You can just pump the iron thing. We will come back and get you. This ship is going to fly over there. I should have grabbed a titanium off of this world. Yeah. That was foolish not to. All right, that's fine. So we'll go... 2 gets us 12, which, yeah, we may as well take to here. And then you're going to make 1 movement. And then 4 energy is 2 more. So you'll need 2, 4 to get back up. Honestly, maybe I don't even leave them with that much fuel. Like, I'm kind of thinking we're going to transfer some fuel over. But you know what? Both of you are going planet side. Let's just make that happen. Because I don't want the heavy ship. Yeah, both of them are going planet side. Somnia has the resources to put up the water thing and start harvesting water, so I guess let's do that so we're not just burning actions. Also, as y'all know, we go through those actions pretty fucking quickly in the pursuit of fuel. Alright, yes. You come down to the planet's surface. You come down to the planet's surface. And then I think you take a titanium. Do I want you to take more titanium? No, because I don't want you to have that slot full. And I think you take the rest of the fuel as well? Oh my god. Stop being difficult. I really wish if you hand somebody 1 fuel and they have 4 fuel already, or vice versa, it should create a stack of 5. Alright. It turns out this point of alloy is probably just coming back to the ship with us. Which is really annoying, but... So this is 3 either way. We may as well make it all in 1 maneuver. Alright, that's enough to build everything. And Beatrice. Produce iron. I guess I could have taken the water out here, right? Now, in theory, we could spend some time scouting. Like, this planet, at the very least, is also worth looking at. But let's actually make some fuel first, shall we? And everybody has work to do. What I would like a little bit for this game, as just an ease of use thing, is if you could set an order like this to be someone's order and have that be processed when you hit end of turn. Everybody does their standing order, so that you have the ability to issue them another order just by doing it instead of just hitting the end turn button. Yeah, so produce this much fuel, then make some more water. And then you are going scouting. So let's see here. We're spending 2 fuel at least to get to here. And then from here, this is a 10 fuel maneuver. So if we spend 1 more, we get all of this. Yeah, so we can take this as 3 and 1 or 2 and 2, and I don't suppose it really matters. Very similar vibes either way. How's this planet look? A little more functional? Oh! A little more functional. Okay. What's this hazard? Lose faith is ugly, for sure. Ooh. Okay. Those are the good knowledge. Interesting. Well, I didn't look at the other planets yet. What are the other planets holding? Okay. Stuff that's like quite real, actually. Yeah, okay. This system has justified itself entirely on knowledge value. Okay, the debris is a little bit more whatever. And I didn't actually look here, but here we have skulls. Wow. Okay. Let's dig up the artifacts on all of the planets that have reasonable artifacts. Maybe somebody should come with the... Maybe we should have the big ship just collect a lot of artifacts. We'll do a little fuel run and then... Here, let me finish gathering them up. We have such a huge number of them. I mean, and it's an expensive run. Right? We're talking about a lot of fuel. We're also talking about a lot of knowledge. Okay, and Vitalissa also gets to produce some titanium. Huzzah! Probably not all of that. This ship's gonna need 2 stacks of fuel just to really get running. So let's put that together, and then we can make a run over to produce. So from here, for right now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have to come back. I'm gonna grab 2 of these. And we're going to take our fuel. And we're going to head back to here, I think. We are, of course, going to put a body into the ship. That's a critical part of the maneuver. Everything's really awkward. Like this node being 13 and this node being 17 makes my life really difficult for no reason. Just the game wreaking havoc upon me. Alright. Let's make this as a maneuver. Then we're going to make this as another maneuver. I'm going to... Beatrice is going to produce some more iron. We can just go ahead and do that. End the turn. Somnia's got to produce fuel. No 2 ways about that. And then I think what we're going to do for the moment is... I'm going to have Reynold pick this up. This is enough fuel to get over to the depot. Basically just going to like trade you my ship. We are going to return to the depot. Make this maneuver. Engine swap. Wait. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Being silly. In order to get to the planet's surface, we have to do a swap here. It's fine. Okay, then we do that. We have to pay 1 more energy next turn. I was like, wait a minute, why isn't this gonna work? Where did I screw up my math? But it was because I forgot that we have another engine swap to do. I guess I should finish Beatrice's very straightforward turn. Alright, so Reynold, make the one fuel maneuver down to here. And your job is just, for the moment, to help with the production of fuel. Actually, never mind. Your job's done. That's good enough. Yeah. So he spent 10 turns already, and I think this is likely to be what's going to happen. We're just going to end up with a bunch of knowledge and also raw materials to make life easier on future turns. Okay, engine swap again. It is 19 back there in one move, and as much as I would like to make that, 19 energy is... Well, it is only 8 of my fuel. I'm just thinking in terms of total time save, I would like to hit this turn, right? We'll have 9 fuel, which would be enough to make the transit back the exact same way, but we won't even do that. Yeah, this is worth doing. We probably don't need more than 2 stacks of titanium. And honestly, that's probably true of the iron as well. So, like, when this ship gets back, we're going to change up the duties a little bit here. But this initial run is extremely worth having completed. Okay, so now we want to go back. Yeah, we can't make the whole... Oh, right, we can't make the whole thing in a bunch of different ways. So 15, then 2, then 1. Yeah, we're good. Right, it would be... Yes, sadly, it would be 2 fuel to get to here. Ugh. Well, then we may as well do this and go 1 and 1. Yeah. And like I said, it'd be really cool if we could just... we just have some of these orders carry themselves out. Did we dig up all your... We didn't, but also, will we? What are the odds I'm taking more than 3 stacks of iron back to... Or more than 2 stacks of iron back to the base? I think very low, so we may as well do this. You know what? Let me work out the ship next, I guess. Okay, navigator's out of action. That's right, but we have the course laid in. Your thing's pretty straightforward. Water make fuel, and you have literally nothing to do but harvest titanium. So I guess keep going. All right, so Reynold makes the move that can be made. And let's produce some fuel together here. Again, literally nothing else to do. Okay. So... Is this enough fuel? Yeah. I'm going to take the Chant 31 from here. We're going to go grab the other people. I mean, I'm going to drop fuel off here, and then we're going to grab... Pardon me. And then we have a decision to make as to whether we think it makes sense to build an elixir output here. If we do, we could get some titanium from here as well. So we wouldn't necessarily have to truck titanium. We could build a carbon thing in the atmosphere of this planet. Star's looking like really unhealthy. A little scary. Alright, well the first thing we're going to do is stop off here and bring them fuel. So... 2 gets me 12. Or we may, we may as well make it 1 maneuver then. Alright, stack of fuel for you. Then, 16. We'll come over here and we're going to fetch you. So what exactly do we want to bring with us? 2 stacks of iron I think is reasonable. I think I'm going to leave the debris for right now. We may or may not bring that debris, but we certainly weren't going to bring the 3rd stack of iron. And now that we have a ship here, like, this is when we have to actually start figuring things out, right? Let's get you in this ship. We will bring a stack of titanium up for now with the rest of the alien plants. And I think your job is actually just to go back to the fuel depot. We load the plants and probably this titanium into the spire. So were we to make an elixir producer or a stasis producer, we just need iron, titanium, and the alloys. So the resources we have over on that planet over there are the ones that are necessary for the building. We don't need to think about running any building stuff. So for right now, having dropped off this stuff, I think these 2 are just in fuel production mode. Oh, sorry. Do we want to... Yeah, I think we want to just go ahead and travel. What does a stasis, or what does an elixir producer look like? It's an awkward T shape. Okay. So... I could put it down here, but it would prevent us from generating titanium on this world. But we could, right? We could put this down, we could put down the stasis producer, and we could just be trucking in resources, shipping in resources from the other planets. We don't have to produce all that much elixir. And any stasis would just be like really cool. All right, here's what I think we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and commit the resources. We're gonna try to run out whatever we can here. I think we have the time to make some good work happen. I want you building the elixir producer. Now it says lose faith. It doesn't have a number on it. I'm hoping that means the amount lost is 1, like lose a faith. But I'm also hoping that with 4 dice we can just nail it, right? chances of failure are quite low. Okay, we're good. We're solid. Okay. So. Methane production. So what we need here is T, C, W, S, and M. We need basically everything. We can do the carbon pull here, actually, the way things worked out. So this saves us a little bit of trouble, right? We produce the carbon right here. And then we want to bring back silica and methane. We don't actually have silica production anywhere, I think. We have a little bit of silica here. And there was some on the other worlds as well, right? Yeah, there's 3 on this world. 1 more there. Okay. So that's we can probably pay off this planet's or sorry, the silica is for this. We can make like 6 elixir, which is actually technically enough to finish the game, although, you know, we're probably going to want to spend some on faith. None of our planets have room left to build a silica collector, do they? Oh no, we totally did build a silica. What am I talking about? So we can produce a lot, actually. However much, you know, we have time for. Interesting. Okay, well, regardless of how that works out, we know what's going on here this turn. Give me fuel. We need fuel very desperately. All right, that's enough fuel for the Spire to make a run back to the mothership. And I think that is maybe what we just do right now, is leave the titanium behind, take all of the knowledge stuff and one of the pilots, and just go back. Oh, sorry, it's enough fuel to get there. We also need this much fuel for returning. And that means I have to leave something behind. That is a shame. We'll leave an animal skull behind. But okay, we can drop this stuff off. So that's happening next turn. I think you are flying back to the fuel depot to pick up people and resources, and we're going to try to make this work. And we can have Reynold just produce carbon for a minute. I think that's reasonable. So you're going to stay here. I'm going to fly out. Is it better to do this in larger chunks? Sadly, 12 gets us there, not there. Again, this is really frustratingly, like, spaced. 16 gets me not to... Yeah, it's all wrong. It's all bad. I would really like to do it in one turn. Hell, let's do it in one action. Do I want to leave the iron? We have no use for iron here. Yeah, I do not, in fact. So we'll drop off this stuff on this planet, and your actions are going into helping to produce fuel for the foreseeable. Okay. So that drop-off's happening. We have so much to do still. Alright, Vitalisa, drop off all of this knowledge. Look at that. Beautiful. Even if we got nothing else done here, I think that would be worthwhile. Yeah, we don't want to do anything else here. We just want to go back. Just thinking about them, looking at the resources in the ship and like trying to make absolutely sure I'm not missing anything, you know. Pretty gun shy after what has happened in the past. Ooh, alright, fuel comes together quickly at least. We do an engine swap. Hit the planet. Okay. You're out of actions, doesn't really matter what I tell you to do. And you are producing. Okay, so what we want to bring back is... We don't yet have methane set up. We could get a methane setup going over here. If we wanted to do that, we'd have to build an orbital structure at 1 iron and then 1 titanium for the methane pull, which we can totally do. But also we need so much fuel. I'm going to do one more turn here of just everybody pump the fuel. So, okay, the total amount of fuel we have right now is 4 stacks plus another third. This stuff's got to come back with us. This ship is going to need at least 2 stacks of fuel to do whatever it's going to do. We're going to want a stack of fuel on each of these ships. Sorry, on each of the smaller ships, minimum. Time is running out, and we have to be actually back at the ship by the time this hits 0. So we do not have a lot of time to screw around here. We can go get stuff and come back and make another little bit of fuel, right? I think this ends up being a waste. I just don't. We just don't have the methane. There's methane sitting on the planet's surface. No, there's not. I mean, you know, what sense would that make? Methane, obviously, it's in the atmosphere. It's in the air. One titanium, 1 iron. We could try to generate the stack really quickly, right? The ship should also bring the silica. We're going to need the titanium over on that other world. So you take that. I'm going to leave the iron stack here for the moment, because we're going to have to plan to swing back through here anyway, I think, to make the last fuel. Maybe we plan around not doing that, though. I'm just worried we don't have enough fuel, but I'm also worried we don't have enough time. If I stopped here, it would take me 4 turns to generate a stack of methane. We have how much elixir? A stack of elixir is a big deal. So okay, I have 6 total silica right now, right? There's 1 there. Although, if we don't want to come back down to the surface of this planet... No, I do, because I want to pick up the titanium anyway. And there's 2 here. So we have 6 right now. All right, before we leave this planet, let's fire the silica producer 3 times. All right, I had to do a little jive to combine them. All right. So yeah, it's going to be on Smoke 13 to make the methane thing happen. And collect the silica and titanium from the planet's surface. Gosh, I hope I've done the math right. Gosh, I hope I have the time. I didn't do all of the math even, right? All right, and then this planet needs somebody to bring titanium. We need water. We have carbon. One more stack of elixir would be, or of stasis would be fine. We can produce stacks of stasis pretty quickly because we'll have like 3 people here. But so somebody has to bring a stack of water. Which means you are on water produce. Yeah. Okay. 8 water will cut it, right? Because there is, I think, 1 on the surface of this world. Yeah. All right, 8 water is good enough. We had to think in terms of stacks of stuff that we're bringing back, right? So bring the iron. I'm leaving the iron here because I think we're stopping back. There's no reason to leave fuel here. If we can get back here, we can just build fuel. So you're just going straight to the planet. You're bringing the stuff that's needed to start producing elixir. And then this final vessel is just coming along for cargo, but it can come along a little later, that means. That's actually fine. Okay, so the trip is 21 energy in total. We can take a 12 to here. Oh, we figured this out already, right? It's a 3 and a 1 or a 2 and a 2. Doesn't actually matter which. Okay. So with this stuff, we can start jamming on the stasis producer. Grand. Elixir constructs this and starts jamming on this. So we're gonna, our plan is for Vitalisa to produce methane, go down to the planet. The ship's gonna have fuel, silica, titanium, methane on it. Whew, friends, I'm a little concerned about the time. Insomnia is... We're gonna have these 2 ships. And we want to bring home... We don't need the big ship for this. So Somnia and the big ship just stay here and continue making fuel, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay. Next turn you get to hit make fuel twice. You produce... We want the full stack. right? I'm so nervous that I'm going to have, like, just not quite enough actions here. We have a full stack of silica. Do I need to, like, think about this in terms of producing... Do I need to count the actions? Because it's not a lot. I hate 2 actions per turn. This is my bane. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to count the actions. So it would be 1, then 1 down to the planet's surface. We don't need to do anything on the planet's surface. We just need to grab the resources that are there. So then you have one more action for travel, which gets you here for 7. 16 gets you to somewhere over here. So you land with 4 turns remaining. We have time. We have time. God, I hope that's right. Okay, here we go. Take the stack of methane. Get back in the boat. You two finish producing stasis. Rad. Load the stasis on the cart. And then water's the thing we're missing. So we definitely can't produce more of that. Yeah, so all we can actually do with spare actions here is produce carbon dioxide, which is, like, not optimal. Oh, I have to do a real world thing real quick. Okay, I'll just drop a cut in here. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My girlfriend got home. Okay, so we're producing stuff. Yeah. Vitalesa's critically important turns. Let's go. Vitalesa's big cool turn. So we're just picking this up, and then you're out of here. We have enough fuel on the ships. Oh, yeah. We're extremely good. Extremely good on fuel on the ships. To the point where maybe I just pay 5 fuel for this. There's 8 fuel on there. I'll have 1 fuel left. The 2 of them just need to make it back to here. Or even, not necessarily even all the way to here, right? Like, I could meet them part way. But yeah, I think because my major concern is time pressure and we won't run out of fuel, I think I do this as 1 action. And then that way we can use the actions of the people on the planet here to... Wait, did I miscount somewhere? Okay, so the extra action spent on methane is bad because apparently I only had 8 silica to begin with. Well, fine. So, end turn. We want to spread the 4 remaining actions over people, or do I want to, like, the other thing we could do, of course, is to grab more carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide's pretty easy to get usually. Honestly, maybe at this point what I would rather do is produce more fuel. Here, okay, let's you produce, you produce, you produce. Okay, that's the critically important stuff. We covered the stasis for this system. We have enough elixir to win the game now. We're going to have to make more alloy, but that was true when we got here too. So that's fine. Pass you some fuel. And then we can we can take stuff with us from the surface here. How much methane was it to make the engines? Caracals are 3 each. Okay. Okay. So this ship is just going home. This ship is going to try to go get some more methane. One more methane action would yield engines. And then I'll just take titanium and iron because it's good to have titanium and iron. All right, so let's get traveling. We do have to actually be efficient now, because of the amount of fuel remaining. 12 to here. This would leave me with 2 fuel, which is enough to make it back to the depot. And you have to make it to the depot. So if we do this, then we have to make 2 more fuel worth of moves. Yeah. I think this is... Can we make it a clean 16 going this way? We can't. This way it's a little more awkward. But yeah, okay. And Somnia at the depot continues to produce stuff. Water and fuel. Okay. You produce a methane. We have time. I make a second methane. Now we can build 2 engines. We got time. We got time. So this can be a single 2 fuel action to the surface of the planet. Here, on the surface of the planet, we can help with a little bit of fuel production. We should leave next turn. We want to be in the thing when it says 1 turn left. Yeah, we should definitely... So operate, operate, operate. Okay, you're taking a stack of fuel. You're taking... this iron. But the other stack of fuel is for the other ship. Right. Okay. So, we want to operate... I want to have 2 actions left on the Spire. So Captain the Spire needs to not do anything else. Do we want to go... Let me get Vitalisa here. Okay. We don't have any water. And this isn't a tremendous amount of fuel. If I leave next turn, then we'll be at the thing when it still says 1 turn left. When it says 0 turns left, the gloom is coming. We'll all be at the ship. So we can produce this turn. It's okay. It's okay to spend 2 more actions. Yeah, we're not running a stack of silica anyway. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay. We can go ahead and produce water. Somebody else make fuel out of the water to fill up the last space here. And then everybody's ship can start moving right now even. This just makes me feel a little bit better. Okay. I want this ship to get the fuck out of here. Okay, so engine swap, and let's talk about fuel efficiency for the final trip. We don't need to leave right now. 15 fuel or 15 energy is 6 fuel versus so we do save a fuel by going. Oh no, because that's right. Because with this ship and that engine, it is in fact 2 fuel to get to the damn thing. So we're going to go 2 and then we're going to go 6. We may as well just spend the whole 8 all at once, right? Yeah, go ahead and go. All right, and you lot both have single actions remaining. Yeah, so these two should stop here. This actually does save a fuel, I think. And it adds literally 0 danger. Yeah, because it would have been 5 fuel the other way, and instead we get to do it as 1 + 3. All right. So, knowledge. Bank some fuel. Bank some folks. Hit end turn. You are out of time. It is about to be the nightmare. Whew. Okay, that's not bad, right? That's not a bad haul. We have enough resources now to be able to, we have enough elixir to win the game. Although, obviously, if things go longer, we'll have to figure out more elixir, but we probably can. We are a little short on alloy. And I'm about to spend some alloy. It's worth producing those caracols, right? And producing is a it costs actions. So we should do it on this side. Yeah. Okay, and then back to the hibernation thing with you, and here we go. 185 knowledge. Ooh, roll an extra die when resolving hazards is very cool. Faith costs fewer elixir to recover. Automatically perform a survey. 2 thrust, 190 efficiency? Wait. Two thrust puts it on the same line as the Ancilla, so it's a better Ancilla. Do we have enough for all this? The artifact surveyor, how expensive is an artifact surveyor? Is that a thing that I could reasonably build? It costs alloy. I mean, knowledge is really good. It's really nice to have knowledge. And if you find a planet that is like, you know, machines or skulls or something, this pays for itself immediately. But, you know, provided you have a reason, provided you have room to build it, which we often don't, right? So I think I'm going to take this and put it on the person with the highest faith, the person who we already want resolving our hazards. We're going to take this and put it on our person with the lowest faith. And you get, yeah, I think that's worth doing. Do you want to just buy everything? We're buying this. We have yet to see a depth 3 resource. But if there was going to be one, this is the difficulty it would be at. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Van Ruamat. Welcome to the Star of Van Ruamat. So it looks like a much more traditional system. There'll be a hallowed planet here, yeah? It's deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no turn symbol here. So it's 6 turns deep. It's also a 6-action world. Interesting. Worth noting, we have all 6 basic resources on this branch. Not behind a hazard or anything. So if we get people down here, we could kind of build whatever we want. Yeah, really interesting. Okay. Well, obviously, we're not going to do any planning or anything right this second, but that's all there. Yeah, so hope, the glimmers, perhaps, of hope. Could we get our first scriptorium up? I think we damn well better. time is running short. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we will be endeavoring to construct that first scriptorium and then seeing what else we can wrangle out of this system. A lot more actions to play with here, but I am definitely worried about how much fuel we're going to have to spend. So come back to see if we survive it, and we'll see you then.